Hi everyone, this will be a quick video to talk about the initial temple battle when you fight neutral units to unlock the temple for your kingdom. The temple will be unlocked after about 45 days into the game, and you need to unlock it to be able to join the first KVKs. When the temple will unlock, you can attack it right away, but if you wait for every 4 hours, no, for every 3 hours of wait, you basically decrease the might of the temple by 4%. So you can just wait 24 hours and already it will be fairly debuffed. So let's take a look at the temple area, and I will explain some of the things that will be interesting for the PvP parts inside the temple. So the temple area is set up like this. It's basically a square. Okay, so you get 3 accesses where people will most likely build all their tents. Okay, one to the northeast, one to the southeast, and one to the southwest. And at the northwest, it's close by mountains. Okay. Then, at the area inside, what we have the initial temple right in the middle. You have 4 altars. They will not appear on your map before you take the temple. You will just see, if you zoom close enough, you will see small buildings, not those ones. Those are opened altars. You will just see the top part of the temple, of the altar before that. And you can't do anything with it. But so yeah, there is the temple. There are 4 altars, and then there are small areas here and on the opposite side, which will have great importance during KVKs, because this is a spawning area. During KVKs, what will change is that the temple area is locked from outside. So this is locked, this is locked, and this is locked. And the only way to enter the area will be by those areas. One will be owned by the defensive kingdom, and one by the attacker kingdom. This is the area from the attacker kingdom. This is where you will be spawning the troops. It will be a kind of a frontier camp, if you mean. And this here will be a safe area where the enemy cannot enter the ground. Only you can put your troops inside, and they cannot be attacked. Okay. So then, what do the altar do? They will attack temple quite often if and only if the troops inside the altar, so the alliance holding an altar, is not in an alliance with the one holding the temple. So let's go back to the PvE part. On PvE day, so the temple is a building when it's still under control of the computer. It's a building with walls. You can use siege unit to bombard the walls. As soon as you start any kind of attack against it, so whether it's siege attack or normal attacks, it will start its kills. And the temple has a few skills. It has an AoE attack. It will basically boom everything around it. And he also will be able to spawn 2 kind of troops to help it. And it will have also a single unit based boom attack. So the troops being spawned, summoned, will be summoned at the altars. So you will get a message saying that the altars have been summoned, and then you will see them like they are now. They will reappear on your map. You will, they will have gone one more floor basically, and you will get at the west and east altars will be summoned the temple followers. Those are troops which do hit pretty strong. They do hit very hard. North and south will be summoned the priest who will try to heal back the temple to full life. As long as you continue the attacks on the temple, all those troops will remain unless you kill them. If you kill them, well, they are not there anymore. But for example, you have some lots of alliance coming to the temple because it's open, and they want to bombard. What will happen is after a few seconds, the temple will summon the troops and the priest. The troops will attack all people attacking the temple, including the siege unit. They will be destroying them. Any player stopping the attack will be safe. And when everyone is either destroyed or they stopped the attack, then all summoned troops will just disappear. Priests and troops. But if there are lots of people, because you said okay, 1 hour prior to the attack, everyone comes in and we start bombarding, then you will have lots and lots and lots, huge numbers of players coming in for the fight, and most often they don't read the chat and they won't even see that they have to stop firing. And so you will always have people firing. For example, they will be under attack. They will stop so that they don't get attacked. The followers will attack someone else. They will be back on bombarding the temple, for example. And basically there will not be any real completely stop of all attacks. And so every now and then new troops will be summoned, because the temple will keep summoning the troops, keep summoning the priest, and you will have huge numbers of priests, huge numbers of troops that can destroy anyone. And I really mean it. If you try to fight those troops, then they have very strong attack, very strong AoE attack, so you will take huge losses. And the only way to get rid of those troops is to have people stop attacking. What I did when I led the assault on the Ancient Temple, at one moment, I just said to all guys with their troops trying to fight the followers, I told them to stop doing it and to let the followers destroy all siege units. And then when they destroy everyone with their siege unit who didn't listen to the order to stop firing, well, the attack stopped, all followers were gone, all priests were gone, and we could be back on track. But if you don't do that, if you don't make a way to stop all the attacks, the temple will keep spawning troops and troops and troops, and it's a nightmare. But to be fairly honest, you do not need to bombard the walls. You really don't need, especially once the temple has been nerfed. So, what you need to do to take the temple for the first time with your kingdom, you need at least, like, let's say just the top 3 to send rallies. But try to have everyone send rallies, because there are lots of rewards to get from it. So it's very interesting. Even though you could be like the 10th alliance in the top ranking for the damage, you still get some rewards. So really tell that to your kingdom, so that everyone tries to come in and fight, so that they can all have rewards. Even those who do not participate in rallies, if they are in an alliance which participate, they will get the rewards. So it's very important for the whole kingdom. About the rallies, the whole garrison is T8 cavalry troops. So what you want is T7 infantry troops, so you can counter them and deal the most damage. You can use cavalry as well as secondary units. You do not wish to be using ranged troops, as they will be countered by the garrison and you will take huge losses. So first unit is infantry, second unit is cavalry. If possible, the top alliances really have to send full 1 million to 1.5 million T7 infantry rallies. It's fairly doable at this stage of the game. You will have enough T7 in the alliance to fill the rally. Just prepare it a bit in advance, okay? When you're still in area 2 and 3, maybe start pushing everyone to unlock T7 infantry and train like 50k to 75k of them. Then, about the heroes. This is a garrison led by neutral units. They are considered like barbarians units. So, basically it means that you will use the barbarian gear, but you will also benefit from the skills of the heroes. So, basically it means that you want heroes with barbarians boosts, damage boosts, which means most of the cav heroes. If your rally leader is a pay-to-play player, quite heavy, he may already have Hanzo and Temujin unlocked and very well advanced, even awakened sometimes. This is the best combo. Hanzo as leader and Temujin as secondary. If you are in a smaller alliance, you can have, for example, let's say Timur as first, and Belisarius as second commander. It still works very well. You still get bonuses, damage bonuses for attacking barbarians, and you still get the same kind of defense buff and big boom attack later. So that for the heroes and the troops. And then you need to arrange a time. So you need to have basically all rally leaders set up here, okay? They must all be here. One, maybe the top alliance need to be a little bit closer, just a little bit closer. And then you will say, for example, at 13:10 UTC, we all set rallies for 10 minutes rallies. I suggest you do 10 minutes rallies. You will see, I will explain that why. And then at this time exact, the rally leaders will be able to set rallies. In order to have a fairly readable map, tactical map, you need to have this area here. This area, you want it completely free of troops. Only the rally leaders must be here. Here, you can deploy all your priests. And you will wait until you send them on the rally. Wait. Do not let your dozens of priests around here with all their circle because they are using their skills because you already set them up somewhere. It's boring. It makes the whole map unreadable and it's tiring to see. So please do not do that. Then, for the troops, you need basically one alliance to control the area around the South Altar, one alliance to control the area around the North Altars to be killing the priests. You need then alliance at East and West to be dealing with the troops. And reserve troops to be filling rallies can be set up here and here, for example. So, once the time comes, everyone set up the rally. I talked about 10 minutes rally because you all know that people won't send the right troop to the rally. So you need some time to be able to, for the rally leader to be able to kick people from the rally, tell them to resend the troops with the right type of troop, so that in the end, after 10 minutes, you get a full infantry T7 rally. No T1s, no T4s, no range, no. We want T7 infantry. If you're a smaller alliance, you can go with a mixed infantry cavalry inside your rally, and if you still have some spots, you can put some T6 infantry. It's not a big deal. But the top alliances, they really need to be T7 infantry, and it's easy for the top alliance. And then the fight will be quite quick, because On the Temple has been nerfed. To be honest, the guys will be doing quite a bunch of damage. Just for the rally leaders, be careful to remember to set up Anzo and Temujin, for example, with the barbarian skills. Otherwise, chief and deputy barbarian skills. Otherwise, you won't benefit from the damage bonuses. And for example, let's say Alliance 1 has Awaken, Anzo, and Temujin, 1.5 million rally, and overall good stats. Alliance 2 has not Awakened, Anzo, and Temujin. Okay, but the Alliance 1 forgot about this, and is set up as PvP, for example, or against garrison, things like that, but didn't put this one. The second alliance, if they do put this, they will deal more damage. So, the battle will occur. The alliances around the altars will have to deal with the troops, and all the rallies will take care of the garrison of the temple quite quickly. It will take about maybe a minute or so, before if it was way longer, I must tell you. And once it is done, what will happen is the alliance dealing the most damage will be in temple. They will have taken the temple, they will be the ones inside the temple. They will get the initial capture reward, for the top first, and then all the other alliances will get rewards depending on their ranking. Only one alliance, though, will have the final capture of the temple. And those final rewards, they are incredible. They are huge. So, once they're taken, all altars will be unlocked completely and can be taken by other alliances, by everyone, basically. And what will happen, as I said, if an alliance that is not in the... who didn't have an alliance treaty with the alliance holding the temple, if they have an altar, they will deal damage to the garrison of the temple. So basically what you want to do is, before the attack, you need to organize it so that the top alliances all have an alliance with each other. For example, all top 4. Then, once one of the alliances gets inside the temple, the other ones will occupy the altars so that the temple is secured and doesn't take any damage. Then, one nice option for the alliance holding the temple is to invite people in the alliance to get rewards. So, for example, remove all farms, remove all inactive, remove the ones that are not really helping, and take people from the kingdom who are really helping, who are doing lots of things for the kingdom, for the alliances, and that needs a big push. Get them inside so that they can get the rewards after 4 hours of holding the temple. And after 4 hours, they will get the rewards and they can be back to their alliances. So, afterwards, there will be a king. So, the king is the R5 of the alliance holding the temple. If you change the R5, the king changes. It has nothing to do with the rally leader of the alliance. It's only the R5. Obviously, if as the rally leader is also R5, well, you understand what I mean, but it's based not on the guy who took the temple, but on the alliance who took it. What you can do with the temple. So click on the temple, you get a seat here, and you can have access to many things. The king has the exact same page as me, okay? So first off, we get some titles. We get the king title. Let's call it the gold title. Then there is the silver titles and bronze. Silver ones can give bronze ones. So for example, the queen can give the duke title. And we have bad titles, which can be given by any of those guys. So basically, as the title, we have 3 battle titles. So the king, the marshal, and the duke. Basically, the king has attack, defense, and HP. The marshal will lose the HP, and the duke will lose the death as well. Then we have 2 resources collection buffs, the queen and the treasurer. Then we get 1 research speed. The chancellor, we get 1 training speed and 1 dogs perk upgrade speed, which is not very interesting, but we still get 1. And then for the bad title, 2 combat, well, let's say 3, but yeah, the deserter is not that interesting. The spy is better, and the traitor is very powerful. One thief, which basically you send it on someone raiding so that it will decrease his movement speed and you can catch up his troops. The beggar, for someone quite boring, asking for resources. A fool, that when you really want to be boring to someone, you reduce his research speed. That's kind of mean. But yeah, those are the titles. Then we get Kingdom Blessing. Those are chests. So you get 1 big, 2 quite large, 5 average, 10 smalls. Basically, they all get the kind of same rewards, just higher when the chest is bigger. So, for example, Legacy Blessing, you get some gold, you get training, you get chest, you get relocate, you get reserves. And you see it's basically the same, okay? Except here, it's now an alliance relocate, and the speed up are smaller. But other than that, it's basically the same kind of chest, just this one has better rewards. So only the king can give them, and the king cannot gift himself. Then you have the kingdom decrees, so there are several decrees with cooldowns and different duration. They do cost gold to activate. Then we have the kingdom skills, which can give some kind of bonuses, okay? They also cost gold. Then we have the kingdom history, so you get basically all the list of kings. And then the king can send a kingdom mail, and it can also change the kingdom notice. And so basically this is as it works. When possible, just share the throne between all top alliances. That way you'll have better understanding between the alliances. And what honestly, my advice on this is each king should use this blessing for the former king. Because being a king, I have been king for a week. First off, you get dozens of players asking for titles every day, and during events it can get quite crazy. So that's quite a work to be able to give the title around to the right person. And so you have to keep a file with all the names of the guy in the right, the list in the right order. But some of the people will then not be online, so you have to pass it to the next, but try to ask when the guy does came back. It's a mess. Honestly, it's a mess. But then you can also get insults for decision you make as king. You can get insults because the former king had a bad title on a guy, and the guy will come to you because there is a change and say, hey, now big give me back a normal title, or you're just a sorry for the beeps, but that's censorship. But just in 1 week I have been insulted, I think 5 times, called a dog or a mofo, things like that, okay? So basically, it's not always cool to be the king. You don't get anything from it. Let's say it's right. The only benefit from being king is that you can choose who you will gift things and decide when you put your decrees. Other than that, there is no benefit. Oh yeah, you get the troop buff, 5% troop buffs. Yeah, well, you know, it's not very good for all the problems that you can have. So yeah, share the throne when you can. It's cool. And remember about the previous king and send him a nice blessing. Those blessings, they are not game changing. Okay, they are really not game changing, but it still warm up your heart when you receive the big blessing, and you're like, okay, thanks you very much for thinking about the job that I just did. So yeah, here it is. That's all I wanted to say about the temple, tanking the temple and then dealing with it. So I hope you will have all fun on the game, and I'm looking forward to meeting your alliances in KVKs later. Goodbye all.